Divine greetings, my lovelies. I just wanted to welcome you to a brand new episode of Collective Consciousness. My name is Tiny. I'm your host, and I'm so happy to welcome you to the show where we focus on expanding your consciousness. Now, this show is specifically designed for individuals on their road to self-mastery. If that's an individual like yourself, take a minute right now, smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. And if you do like this video, feel free to share it to all your friends. All right, this week is a continuation of last week where we talked about connecting with your ancestors. So behind me, you can see a little display I have set up. We are going to build an altar, an ancestral altar together. So I'm really excited for today's episode. Make sure you take notes. If you have not built an altar before, I will go step by step with you on the mentality, the intentions, and the energy you want to put into creating your altar. All right, let's get started. Welcome back. So we're going to break down what we're going to do first and what we need in order to create the altar. And then I'll go through the items that I have on my altar and then we'll put it all together. Here's what we need. You'll need a picture of yourself, picture of your ancestors, and also a item that represents your ancestors, something that may have been special to them. You'll also want to include candles, sage, an offering bowl, crystal or glass bowl for water, crystals and energy stones, a tablecloth, preferably white, living flowers or plants, a divine image or statue of a spiritual guardian, and anointing oils. First things first, we want to purify the space and set the mood. When you are doing anything with your altar, whether if it's altar work or if it is putting your altar together, you want it to be ceremonial. You want it to be presented with the utmost respect to the ancestors, right? When you acknowledge and you honor your ancestors, that is in turn honoring yourself, because that is acknowledging that you are an extension, if not a product of your ancestors, okay? This candle is very special, actually. It was made for me after my grandfather and my father passed away. It has their picture on it. So we're gonna light that candle. We got a couple of tea lights over here as well. And then I have the main candle in the center. The candles are very important because you want to represent all of the elements. So we'll want to represent fire, right? That is what the candles represent. Also, your ancestors can communicate with you through fire. When the flame starts jumping, such as this one, as you can see, like all these flames are still. This flame is jumping. So what that means is that there's a presence in the room. So we're already connecting before we even put everything together. We also have the earth element with the crystals. We have the air element, the oils, and a feather, because when we pass our judgment, our actions get weighed by a feather, right? I know you guys have probably heard that before. And water. So I have seashells here, and we're going to use this baptism bowl and fill that with water as well. So we have all of the elements and then spirit. So let's describe this really quick. So this is called an ankh. For those of you that are not aware, it is a very spiritual symbol that, when you break it down, represents masculine, feminine, and energy of creation. So this top part is going to represent the feminine energy, the womb, okay? And then the shaft part here is going to represent the masculine energy that, you know, I don't want to be like too crass, but basically penetrates the womb to cause creation. Okay, so that is the entirety of the ankh. A lot of people know that the ankh represents life, but they don't understand why. So that would be why. And it also, like on a physic level, when you hold an ankh, it reverberates energy. So any energy that goes into it goes up, around, and gets sent right back down to you. So when you're doing spiritual work or altar work, it's very important to have an ankh on hand because you can amplify that energy that you're putting into. Oh, and also we have this beautiful plant here. This beautiful plant here is also going to represent life. Once we've set the candles, let's play a little music to continue setting that mood and creating that ambiance. And then we are going to bliss everything with sage. We're going to purify and cleanse all of the crystals and all of the items on the altar using sage. Also, if you have crystals yourself, be sure, like jewelry, you'll want to make sure you dress yourself up in all of these positive frequencies. You will want to attune yourself as much as possible to the frequency of the universe while you are doing this. So in order to connect, you will want to purify yourself, which means sage yourself, sage the items, right? This is a whole ceremony. There's no wrong answers. Make it your own. Really utilize it to connect to your ancestors and find your own flow about everything. Okay, now we have a beautiful, serene setting. I am dressed in comfy clothes. I'm dressed in my ankhs, my crystals. You know, I'm in a very good space and a good environment. Now we have created a space where we can continue with our ritualistic setup. So let's sage. I always use matches or fire to light my sage because you don't want to taint the sage with butane. So I have candles right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. First, you want to light the sage, then you'll blow it out. But you'll want to fuel the flames with your breath. Make this ceremonial as well. Don't just blow it with a rigor. Blow it with intention to grow the fire, to spread the purity that is burning from the sage. Once your sage has a nice smoke coming from it, then you'll want to, and this is just this shell, seashell is just to catch the ashes from the sage. So first, you'll want to sage yourself, sage your aura, put in your intention that you are casting out all of the negativity, you are purifying your energy, and you are coming back to a balanced state, a meditative state even, a state of purity, okay? And you'll want to get your entire body with this smoke to make sure all of you is completely purified, okay? Then we can move forward to purifying the items here. Same thing. You'll want to purify all of your crystals. Cleanse them of any past energies. You'll use it to cleanse and purify your deity item, okay? Everything on the table, you'll want to be purified with positive intention, with healing energy, and with divine intent. Go ahead and let the sage burn. Once I am purified, I will then use my healing oils, magic oils, deity oils. You can get them made, or you can make some your own on your own, or you can find them at a spiritual shop. Now what I'm doing, I don't know if you just watched me do that. I will want to oil my chakras. We want to activate all of the chakras. So just a quick recap, we got the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, first eye, third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. So you just saw me anoint all of these chakras in order to activate and get the energy flowing within them. Now that I've anointed myself, next step, be sure to include your deity. I have chosen Buddha for this example. This is not what I'm going to use on my actual altar, just because you want it to be very personal and sacred. This is just for the sake of the demonstration for you guys, okay? I've chosen Buddha because this reminds me personally to remain calm in situations where I might not feel calm, or where I might not feel where I might feel a lot more human emotions, right? So that is one thing that I am working on and that I am healing, is learning how to communicate and learning how to utilize this calmness to my benefit. Okay, so that is the reason why I chose the Buddha. So we'll include that as well. There's one thing that I am missing that is just waiting on Amazon. It is something that is going to attune everything to the frequency. I got a singing bowl. So I would use the singing bowl to create that higher frequency in this space after purifying everything. Okay, so be sure when you do it yourself to really ritualize the experience and make it your own. Let's set up the altar. First thing you'll want to use is the cloth, right? So the white cloth to cover. The white represents purity. Okay, so we want to bring as much purity and intention as we can to every step. So here we go. Once you've placed your tablecloth, now you can begin to dress your altar. The first thing you'll want to put is a picture of yourself. So I have a picture here of myself. I'm going to include my own picture because y'all see me on the channel, but what I'm not going to do is include the pictures of my personal ancestors, just for protection and respect. So I'll place different picture frames. I'll post different picture frames in order to represent those ancestors. Okay, so we'll just use 2 for now. Okay, so get a picture of your ancestors. You can put that up as well. And then you'll begin to include other things on the altar that are going to represent those different elements that we previously spoke about: fire, earth, wind, water, or air, water, and spirit. Okay? There's no particular order. There's nothing that is specifically going to be, it's not wrong. Just, make it unique. Take your experience and put that energy into honoring your ancestors. A couple of stones that are going to be really good for the altar is going to be moonstone, black tourmaline, obsidian, and selenite. These are all going to be rose quartz. These are all going to be really good for your altar. Next thing, I'm going to add a little water for the baptism part. Basically, we add water for the purity aspect of everything, okay? And to include those elements as well. So here I've got a little water. And we'll keep that there. And honestly, every time I drink or use water, I always say thank you. Say thank you to the water. Water responds physically to the actions that you do to it. So when you drink from the water in between your hands, your energy actually changes the reaction of the water. Always thank your water. Always send gratitude to everything that you put in, ingest, surround yourself by. There's a magic within gratitude. Next, I'm going to include personal items for my family members. So these items have their energy in them, right? These are items that specifically belong to them. I'm not going to include that in the video, again, for respect. So this will be the moment where you put those items on your altar. Next, I'm going to put a little food out. I have some organic blueberries here. And we are going to leave a little food. It's gratitude, right? So we are being thankful and we are giving as well to our ancestors. Okay? Now, it looks like we have everything in order. I am missing one thing. The plant. The plant is important because it represents current life, right? A plant is living, a plant communicates, a plant has energy. You can utilize aloe vera. Aloe vera would be a good plant if you were using your altar for healing. Okay? Now this looks like a complete altar to me. Here we go. So once you have put together your altar, it would be a perfect time to sit down, meditate, and honor your ancestors. This is the perfect way to honor your ancestors and to heal yourself, heal your bloodline, and heal your ancestors as well. That is all we have for today. If you have any questions about your altar, please share with me any questions you may have. Share with me your experience in creating your altar. Share with me the magic that you felt. Anything that you would like to share, please leave it in the comments down below. What I'd like for you guys to do this week is connect with your ancestors, ground yourself, use last week's episode to really get you into the introduction, make an altar for your ancestors. And please share with me on social media. My social media links are down below. Do share with me on social media, follow me on social media. I have a lot of exciting things coming ahead. Website, merchandise, consciousness boxes, masks. I have a ton of things coming. So do follow me on social media, and I am so grateful to every single one of you. Happy healing, everyone. Asè and Namaste. ASè.